Hey, everybody. I'll wait to see when people come on. I was just going to do a quick sort of Q&A sort of situation. So if folks have questions that they want to ask, hit me, you know what I'm saying? Hi, everybody. Just hit me in the comments. And if you have any questions, would love... Oh, thanks, biggest fan. It's just crazy. You know, we're filming 110 RK, Raising Kanan right now. And we are, doing... Oh, hi, Monica. We're doing Ghost. We're shooting Ghost we're doing 205. And then Force, I think we're shooting 105. It's like everything is going on at the same time. Okay, what's the best way to get into TV shows? Gosh, okay. I mean, I think you have to write. You have to write and write and write and write if you want to be a writer. That's all I know about. I know that other people, in the production side, they come up from like set PAing and things like that. But I don't, I have kind of, only know the writing side of it. And it's just to write. And keep writing and then write some more and then get your friends to read it and just like keep going, and don't send out your script to random people thinking they're going to get it made. Get it registered with the WGA. Make sure you talk to people, make sure that you protect your work, but always, keep that, but thank you for all the birthday wishes. You guys are so totally cool. Oh, T tries 32. Why kill Ghost? Was there financial problems for upcoming seasons like Omari stated? I actually don't know about that part, what Omari said, but in terms of why killing Ghost, it's interesting. I have a storytelling reason and I have like a, kind of a life reason, but again, I think we've talked about this before. People are always like, why did you kill Ghost? Or Ghost shouldn't be dead, and all these different pieces. And for me, it was that story was kind of over in that sense, where that story was ending. And also we promised very early that Ghost was going to end up either dead or in jail. I mean, I think we really addressed that. That doesn't mean that, there aren't other ways of telling that story, certainly. But yeah, that I think is the answer that I usually give. Yes, I am a very hardworking woman. Thank you. Will Raising Kanan go on for 6 seasons? That's up to Stars and up to you guys, actually. Just so you guys are really clear, even though we make plans to do all these like great shows and these great ideas, you still need the network to say yes. And you need, I tell people all the time, even aspiring writers coming up, that, it's not your money, it's the network's money. So even if you have this great idea, you still have to respect what the network has to say, and they get to say yes or no. So hopefully Raising Kanan is going to go on for 6 seasons. I'm sure we have a lot of story to tell because we're starting it with him at age 15. So there's plenty of places to go with that show before you would meet Kanan where you met him in Power. Let's see. Am I collaborating with 50 on his project in Houston? No. When does the show come back on? Well, the Raising Kanan comes on in July. I'm not allowed to say when Ghost is coming back on. Let's see. How do I feel about a Ghost spinoff? A spinoff of the show Ghost, like Power Book 6. We make jokes all the time about Power Book 7, Spanky, Prequel, and things like that. But I don't know what you mean about a Ghost spinoff. Duh, historian. I love your name. Oh, hey, Jamar. Hi, Jill. Let's see. How detailed is my script Bible when I'm writing? I don't write a script Bible. I write, instead of a Bible, I write character documents. And those really are about you go into character and not into plot. Like I say to people all the time, TV is really about characters. It's not about plot. Like plot is really important for drive and per episode, but character is what gets people to come back over and over again. Movies are more plot driven. You have to have this cool movie. Like for example, what's a perfect film? Crimson Tide. It's an event, beginning, middle, end. Like if you go and look at that movie in terms of structure, like that's a perfect film. It's not a TV series because it ends and it has an ending. But I think when you look at TV, great TV is all about characters. Let's see. Okay. See, I'm so hyped for Raising Kanan. You should be. Raising Kanan is amazing. Thank you for the happy birthday. Am I part of BMF? No, I'm not. But the showrunner of that is a dear friend, Randy Huggins, who is a genius. He's a genius. Thank you for saying I never disappoint my fans. I hope to work with you in the future. I hope to work with you too. Let's see. Okay. Happy Mother's Day. I'm one of your favorite writers. Ambition, go get it. I love your name. Do you suggest a master class to get into writing for TV? I've actually never watched any of those master classes, but I can't imagine that the Shonda Rhimes one isn't genius. I mean, that woman is extremely smart. Let's see. Ooh, someone dropped a Taurus. Yes. Why did Tasha ask Ghost if he ever really loved her? This is actually a great writing story. So when we were doing the rehearsal of the scene, and remember those episodes, you have one from Ghost's perspective and one from Tasha's perspective. And I know as a woman that when I've been at the end of a relationship, I often look back and go, did that person ever really love me? Like, was I actually just a means to an end? And I think in Tasha's specific instance, you know, you guys, if you go back to episode 206, in Why Her, written by the very brilliant Gary Lennon, Tasha says to Ghost when he admits that Angela basically was his first love, she says, so you settled for me? And he's like, no, it's not like that. But then all of his actions kind of lead her in that place, right? So I think in a way, did you ever really love me is like, it's coming from that place. And also Ghost is capable of huge cruelty toward Tasha by the end. So there is that also, those feelings. Did you ever really love the person? How did I know when to end it? Being super honest. I just felt like there was only 5 years of that story to tell. And then we did get convinced to do a 6th season. And I didn't have so much more story to tell in a way that would have kept that pace and that excitement and that drive that we'd given the audience. I mean, we can definitely limp on into like being bad TV. That's always an option, especially when you have a hit. You can just make season after season of not that great drama. You know what I mean? Like Angela was dead at the end of season 5, so your core love triangle's gone. You know, Tariq is becoming a man, so that's a different story. You know, there were just the stories that we would have had to tell and shift going forward would have had a different center. And so it wouldn't have been power as the fans experience it. That's the best way of saying. Do I think being an Ivy League alumni helped with networking when it came to getting my writing scene? Queen Quiche is asking me. Here's the thing. I am not that young. As you guys know, I just turned 44. And when I came out to Los Angeles, it was a different climate for people of color. So I had to, as my parents always told me, like, be twice as good to get half as far. You know, the Ivy League thing helped me in the sense that people who don't understand that people of color can do anything, that we are brilliant and amazing and beautiful and creative and just like all the things that we can do. People who doubted me on sight because of my nose, lips, skin, hair, they would go, oh, she went to 2 Ivy League schools. She must be one of the smart ones. As terrible as that is, it was the reality of coming into this business when I did. And I will just be straight up about it, that like, even as recently as when I turned 40, someone asked me, where did you go to college? I'm 40 years old. Who cares where I went to college? It doesn't matter. None of that matters. You know, I always say this to people. It's like 50, if 50 had been born where I was with my parents, he would have gone to Wharton Business School. You know what I mean? He was brilliant. This has nothing to do with anything where you go to school. But for some people, those benchmarks really mean something, especially when they don't trust you because of your melanin, bottom line. Should I write the pilot or the whole season? Daphne Elaine, you should write a pilot, stop, and then start writing another pilot. Unless you have a job writing for television, write a pilot, then write another one. Keep moving. Don't write a whole season of TV, because if you actually sell a show, your network is going to want input on that. They're going to have notes. You never just publish what you want. The Power pilot, I actually had to look at it today. The original pilot, not even the one we shot, but the one I turned in, the first episode that I turned in, Ghost is in AA. He's actually in heavy recovery. They told me to take that out. Now, if I'd written an entire season about him being in recovery, I would have been, lost. How do you start that over again? So that's something that's like really important, I think, to like very much know that you have to maintain that flexibility unless you've sold your pilot and you're already talking to someone. Okay, let's see. Where do I find my creative influences? I wish I could turn my brain off. I'm constantly having new ideas for shows like all day long. You know, if you knew me in person, it's like, oh, that's a show, and that's a show, and that's a show. You know, I was talking to Sarah Treem today, who's the creator and showrunner of The Affair and other things, and she's one of my closest friends. And Treem, I was saying to her, like, I can't do anything else. This is what I'm here to do. You know, when God calls, this is the call. Like, this is the talents I have. I don't know. It just comes. The idea is just not to get in the way of whatever God has called you to do. Like, you stay out of the way, even if your choices, your own personal preference might be something else. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. You know, I really want to have, there's all these other businesses that I'd like to start, but this is what I'm good at, I guess. I know she's tired of answering that question about Ghost. Yep. Let's see. I don't know what Ghost spinoff means to historian. What do you mean? A spinoff of the show Ghost? Or do you mean a spinoff with Ghost in the lead because he's already been dead? Is Redman joining the cast? Yes. He is playing Method Man, Davis McLean's brother in season 2 of Ghost. Let's see. We are working on Tate spinoff right now. Let's see. Okay. I don't know who you're talking about when you say he sounds a bit bitter. Any tips on pitching? Yes, highly dope. There are tips on pitching. The first thing to remember when you go in and pitch a show is that you are not there to sell your show. You're there to make an emotional and human connection with the people in the room. If you're going in there to sell your show, you may not sell it. But if you go in there to be like, hey, what show are you guys looking for? What do you need? And you don't ask those questions, but you start to form them. You start to realize what they're looking for. That's going to be a huge help to you, as opposed to trying to like go in there and say, this is my show. It's like, what are you looking for? Because remember, television is a business. You're selling a product. You're not selling stories, you're selling a product. In the same way that when a painter paints a painting, the painting is a product. It is sold for money. It is a piece of art, but it's also a product. Just remember that, you guys. This isn't about your like beautiful creative expression of yourself, as much as you want that, and that is what goes on the page. Something that's really important, like super, super important, is to know that you are selling a product. So when you look at something like the CW and you're like, I'm going to pitch like a hardcore, dramatic, like dark show to the CW, maybe you don't want to do that because the CW doesn't want that necessarily. You know what I'm saying? If you have a procedural that you've come up with, you might want to go to CBS. You know, you don't necessarily want to take that other places. So think about where you're going. You don't want to try to sell Jimmy Choo's at Ross. Do you know what I mean? You want to make sure that you take that to Barney's. Let's see. What can we expect from Tommy's spinoff? Lots of action. Lots of action. It's heavy action, which is cool. Let's see. Did Ghost kill his father? No. His father was murdered, actually. We never really, you unpack that a little bit in the Gabe stuff in episode 610, but no, Ghost's father was murdered. Basically, Ghost fell in with Kanan and the rest of their crew. And he was, his father, who was running the jazz club at that time, really resisted his son going into drugs. But he was a drunk, he was an alcoholic, and he was kind of a mess. And so Gabe tells the story, I believe it's in there, about how Ghost's father called the cops on some local drug dealers, and they murdered him. Let's see. Thank you. Soror. Thank you, girl. I plan my shows a lot. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. Yes. Everyone who's asking me about influence, we're working on it right now. Let's see. I'm a diehard fan, and I've literally had to say he made the show for me, him and Tommy. I just can't fathom him being out of the show. T. Trice, I will just tell you, my brother, that the issue is that like this is a second show now. We're not in Power anymore. We're in Ghost, which is about Tariq having to kind of really reconcile the fact that he is the one who removed his father, and yet his father is still in the show because he is his father. So it's actually really complicated. And as a diehard fan, I think you gotta just like, I get it, you really enjoy Ghost, but you have to understand that Ghost was living a certain kind of narcissistic life. And so there is a price for that. There's a price for when you hurt everyone around you. Instead of thinking about it like, how could you kill Ghost? Think about what did Ghost do? Because if you really are a fan, like you really want to get into that. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Like I'm done addressing it. So I'm moving on. As usual, y'all know that. When is Power coming back? Let's see. See if there are any questions. The Power movie. The Power movie that I wanted to do, they never let me do. So I don't know if I'll ever get to do something like that. But I really hope I get to. What do I do when I get stuck writing a script? I actually write a mini script next to it. With the resistance. I address the resistance. So like if there's a voice in my head that's like, you can't do this or is undermining me, like I write a script where I basically fire that voice. I'm like, you're fired. You don't get to come to work tomorrow. That actually really helps me. Let's see. Can I be a character on the show? Oh, thank you. No, I am not Alfred Hitchcock. I don't want to be on TV. I don't love being on camera, you guys. I hate being on camera. I'm so uncomfortable. It just makes me feel really, I do interviews and I do stuff like that. I do things like this live because I think it's important to, talk to the fans and particularly to aspiring writers and aspiring creatives. That's really like where my love is because I want to talk to writers. Nobody else really does that. People are always curious about like, what do actors eat for lunch? And that's cool too. But like, if you're a writer, that's what I'm here for. Let's see. Gosh, I have addressed a lot of these. Let's see. I told you guys about influence. We're working on that right now. Let's see. Oh, the character documents are not public. Let's see. Why is Tommy show in Chicago if he was on the road to LA? Well, King Biddy, you should watch the show and you'll find out. No spoilers, but what can fans expect in Ghost Season 2? Spoilers. But Ghost is Season 2 is definitely about the consequences of Tariq's actions throughout the last half of Season 1, but especially 110. Let's see. What do I look for in a writer in my writer's room? I want someone who has different life experience than I do. That's what I'm really looking for. I'm looking for someone who does something different. So that's what I really like. I like someone who doesn't have exactly what I have to offer. What that means is very narrow. If you are from Connecticut and you have an older brother and you went to 2 Ivy League schools and you went to theater class a lot as a kid, then you might not be someone I could put in my writer's room, but it's a very, very narrow, that's a narrow thing. Everybody's different from me. But I'm just looking for someone who has a different voice. What television shows past or present inspire me? Go watch, Law and Order. I watch a lot of Law and Order. I still love that show. I worked on The Good Wife. That's a really good show. The Sopranos, obviously, anything Tom Fontana ever did, from Oz to Homicide: Life on the Street, like those things are really inspiring. Would I ever write an animated series? Yes, I really want to. I really, really want to. Let's see. Would I ever do a Ghost prequel? Well, Raising Kanan is a prequel, technically, because it happens before the show. But if you're talking about a show that's about like young Ghost and Tommy, I've addressed that already. I'm not interested in that show. Again, and I'll tell you guys why. As a writer, this is just writers now, that Ghost and Tommy survived that. So it's hard to put stakes into their stories. It's just more difficult. Okay. Yes, I have considered taking a book to film. I keep trying to buy books, but I never get them in time, okay. Come and shoot a film movie in Nigeria. I would love to do that. Let's see. Oh, this is so cute. Kevin Lewis is asking me, why have we not seen an RIP post for Ghost? People have been making a lot of a big deal about that, but that's like a Star's decision. I don't know why they did that. They make those like posts, so what TV shows do I like to watch? I love What We Do in the Shadows. I love Archer. I love any Law and Order, Dick Wolf, man, any one of those. Gosh, what else do I really love? I watch a lot of comedies. Let's see. Okay. Trying to see if there are any new questions. How was truth supposed to be destroyed? Oh, we were going to burn it down. Hi, Chris Lofton. We were going to burn it down, but we didn't have the budget to do that. Okay. Thanks for Kanan. My son's name is hardly butchered anymore. I'm glad I helped out. What was my first break in getting a major writing role? The Bernie Mac show. That was my first job. And I got fired because I wasn't funny. So being fired doesn't mean that you won't have a career. I'm just not funny. It is what it is. Let's see. Okay. Thank you guys for all the compliments. You guys are so amazing. Brilliant people go to Hampton. That is correct. My cousin went to Hampton. Let's see. What else? My face is always so fresh and dewy. Thank you, Mrs. Pauline Chavez. I use a lot of face oil to keep this together. Also, eating too many cheeseburgers will keep you from having to get filler. Let's see. Why was Ghost in AA? Well, he wasn't in AA as it was published. The reason I wanted him to be in AA was that I loved the idea of writing a show about a drug dealer who was in recovery. Let's see. The Affair is a great show. Sarah's a genius. Who's my favorite filmmaker? I have a lot of favorites. I think Eve's Bayou. I think Casey Lemons is amazing. I'm also, so that's like a really kind of, that's near and dear to my heart. I like Soderbergh also. Let's see. I love action movies too. So, F. Gary Gray or Antoine Fuqua, you know what I mean? I love all that. Let's see. What other projects am I working on? So many. I'm so tired. Will Bruchandria become a main character this season? I want Bruchandria to become a main character. I would love that. Light Skin Keisha has a lot going on. So, let's see. Favorite moments with Michael Rainey? Oh, I've known him since he was 11. He's the best. He's just the best. I live for that kid. He's so great. How involved with me am I with the edited episodes? What are you joking? I mean, I edit. We have editors, but I give a lot of notes, and I come with music with music notes, and the showrunner does everything, every part of the process. I have a hand in, So, Mikey Noop, I like your name. A lot of these. How do you deal with exposition in general without being dialogue intensive? Write the intense dialogue version, write out all your exposition in the scene and then cut the scene in half. Tell yourself you can only have a page or only have a page and a half. You will see what goes away. Let's see. Oh, hey, Corey. What made me decide to finally do a show about Ghost and Tommy? I don't understand that one, because the show about Ghost and Tommy was Power. It's over. Hi, Woody. Okay. Let's see. Will Tasha ever pay for killing Lakeisha? So many different things to be said about that. You guys, Kane is in the building. I just saw Woody the Great. I think Rainey's here too. That's so cool. It's really good to see you guys. I love you guys so much. Let's see. Tommy got mad at Tariq for killing Ghost, but Tommy killed his father. You are absolutely right. That is correct. How do you delve deeper into your characters to a point where you always know what they will say and do whilst telling an authentic story? So I think the idea is to let the characters take over and not for you to push the characters. Don't push the characters. I think that's really what it is. That's why I write character documents. I get in really close to the character. I get really deep in with the character. Do you know what I'm saying? I get them I really kind of go in. Let's say, okay, Rollo was a good character. Why did he have to die? Because Ghost had to make mistakes. He trusted Kanan. He trusted the wrong person. Am I Nigerian? No, my ex-husband is from Ghana, and he has a Nigerian last name, which is just a quirk of their family history. But no, my daughter is partially Ghanaian, but I am not. I just was married, and now I am not. Let's see. How do you become a writer and producer of your own show? Start writing and then try to get on somebody else's show and learn more about it. You cannot run a show just straight off the bat. You can't. Like, don't think that overnight. It doesn't work like that because it's so hard. There's so many things you have to pull. It's not just writing. Let's see. Michael Rainey is killing the role. He does have it, hands down. Let's see. Okay. I'm just trying to see. I am not answering all these questions about getting cast, just so you guys know, because I'm here to talk about writing. Was 50 always supposed to play Kanan? Yes. Let's see. Okay. Try to see if there's anything that isn't being asked. When am I going to be casting? What's the most fun part about writing for TV? How fast it goes between writing a script and it getting shot and it getting on the air. It's not like a movie where it can take years. Have I thought of doing a Coming to America version of Power of an African Prince from Africa escaping to America? I think that's a great idea, but that's your idea. So you should write that, not me. Because I actually don't know enough about being from West Africa or anything like that. I don't know enough about it. Let's see. Hi, Robin. Oh, Laz Alonso. No, he's not going to be in the main cast of season 2 of Ghost. I really wanted him to be, but he's actually our series regular on The Boys. No, don't send me your book. Please don't send me any writing. I don't have time to. Gianni is in so much trouble right now. Gianni is saying, give me spoilers for season 2. That would be so funny if I was like, well, let me tell you what happens to Brayden. Just kidding, Gianni. I'm just hating. Let's see. Can we get a Tasha spinoff? Oh my God, you guys, Naturi's, very busy lady. Very busy lady. Okay. Tommy made a comment to Proctor's daughter saying if she came back from him, he would understand. You are paying good attention, Chelsea Ariel. You are paying really good attention. That's a real fan, y'all. This Chelsea Ariel person, that's a real fan. I'm not going to say anything about that for today, but I'm just going to say, watch that woman's space. She knows what she's talking about. What would you say is a good trait for a writer to have? Curiosity. Let's see. People don't know Courtney Kemp is a comedy writer at heart. Yeah, but I got fired. See, man. So you know what I'm saying. Someday I'll best that. I'll get back. Oh, hi, Yvette. You guys. All right. So Yvette Lee Bowser is in the building right now. This is the GOAT. This is the greatest of all time, Yvette Lee Bowser. If you don't know, now you know. Yvette created Living Single, which is one of the greatest television shows of all time and has been one of my personal mentors and is just a dope human across the fucking board. Okay, so Dramatic says, you are hilarious, Bernie, messed up, LOL. That's one of my best friends in the entire world is coming in to be lovely. How come I don't have any Haitian characters? Maybe I will create some more. I will. Okay, I got you. Max Too Real. All right, I hear that. Okay, let's see. Hi, Ty. Ty Jones is here. Ty Jones, the original Black Donovan. I write a part. Secret, you guys. I write a part for Ty Jones in every other thing that I do because we killed him off in the Power universe. So every time I develop something else, I write a part for Ty Jones because I'm obsessed with him. He's so great. Okay, let's see. When do I sleep? Never. And my daughter wakes me up super early. So let's see. Have I ever thought about writing a suspense type movie? Yes, I really want to. How many drafts did I write for my Power pilot before submitting? Oh my God, like 9 or 10. I mean, I submitted it and I got notes and 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 got notes. Vine Grind, BMF info. I'm not involved with BMF actually. Let's see. Did Kanan or Jukebox kill Effie's brother? No. Would I release deleted scenes from Power? I actually argued that we should be releasing those online, and they won't do it. I don't know why they won't do it, but Starz will not allow us to do that. I have so many deleted scenes, you guys, from years and years of Power. How great would it be? How great would it be to have like all of those released, all these pieces of the show that you guys never got to see? Who is Tariq's true love? Well, in a way, the answer is Tasha. But I think if you think about the Goldilocks story, that's kind of where we're going with that, with these young women. Let's see. Okay. About the deleted scene that 50 posted, what if Tasha was really Ghost Killer? We shot everybody killing Ghost. We have footage of every single person doing it, so we could post anything. Hold on one second. Gotta respond to a text. Okay. Rank Power, The Wire, and Snowfall. Nope. I will definitely not do that and get myself in trouble. I will not get myself in trouble. What I will say is The Wire is one of the greatest television shows of all time. I would never, ever, ever try to put Power in the conversation with The Wire. That's not, like, I'm not even trying to do that. And I don't watch Snowfall, but that's not because I don't want to watch Snowfall. It's because I just never get to watch any TV. Hold on one second. Hi.
Sorry, Mom, I just wanted to ask you when you will be done working.
I will be off this very shortly.
Okay, like how long?
I guess I'll do 5 more minutes and then I'll come see you.
Oh, only 5 more minutes?
Only 5 more minutes. Okay. Can you close the door on your way out? Thank you. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see. Do I know what the character looks like before I find the actor? No, I don't. I don't. I never know. If everyone was on board, would I consider Power season 7? The version of going back to the Power story that I would do is almost impossible, just contractually, because I would need to get so many people paid, but I would love to do it. I mean, it would be so great. I think, I don't want to say which characters, but yeah, there's a couple that I would love to do that. I would love to do like a movie version where people were, back, but let's see. Are budgets considered when writing episodes? Yes, that's actually producing. So writing is writing, but producing is figuring out how to pay for it. Because that's super important. And you have to think about that. Would I cast Idris from Snowfall in Power? That man is locked up, right? He's completely locked up contractually. Like, there's no way I'm getting my hands on Damson Idris, but I would love to. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be amazing. Will Paz ever found out who really killed Angela? Tasha told her at the end of Paz's episode. Tasha says Tommy killed Angela. Let's see. Mary J is incredible. Was she my first choice? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna say this like this. Yes, I wrote the part for her. Why did I tell the story that Angela was still alive? I didn't say that. I said Angela was not dead because she wasn't dead between seasons 5 and 6. She was still alive. She didn't die until 601. Let's see. Flowers for Yvette and her new stars show. Absolutely. Okay. Well, you guys probably heard that my actual boss, the smaller version of me, has already demanded my presence. So I think I'm gonna go and be a mommy, because that's actually the most important job that I have. As much as I love my job, writing and show running and creating a universe, being a parent is more important. Let's see. Put the deleted scenes on YouTube. Do you know I would go? I don't actually own them. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else that I should? Oh, hi, Daniel Bellamy. Freaky Zeke is in the house. Let's see. It's so funny. My friends are saying hello to my daughter. Let's say, oh, yes, Kishma. She's like, I don't care about your live with these people. She doesn't care about the fans. She cares about when's mommy. Redman, how did I get him? Well, his friend Method Man is already in the show. So it is what it is. Will Effie be a main character next season? I love Alex Lepre. That's all I'm going to say. I fucking love Alex Lepre. Okay, let's see. MJB is amazing. All right. Okay. I think I have to go because she's looming. Will I ever do a masterclass? I desperately want to do a masterclass. Can you call them? And tell them I want to do a masterclass? Because I desperately want to do a masterclass. One of the things that makes me happiest is actually teaching. So if I could get you all in a room or in a Zoom and teach you stuff, I would love to do that. Let's see. Okay. I think, will Dre ever come back as his twin brother on Power Book 2? Well, you are very creative, but no. I'm not planning that. But you got a good brain on you for sure. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate all your questions. You guys are fabulous. And all my cast and producers and friends who showed up on this live.